Hi guys, Ryan here again. Kind of a part 2, I guess, with our LED light installation and kind of review. So if you guys watched the first video, I put in the low beam side of my headlights with a LED direct kind of replacement. My truck has H11s for the low beams, and I ran, if you guys watched the last videos, did kind of a short haul regional run down to North Carolina, then up to Virginia, then kind of back around up through Indiana, then right back home over here to Northeast Ohio. So I had about 3 nights of night driving. So I kind of tested out these the low beam H11s, and I have the 6K wattage, I guess you could say, or rating 6,000 6K is what I went with. There's a couple different options. There's a 10K and a 12K, and I think that's, we've seen some comments, people like, oh, you're teaching idiots how to have the bright high beam, the bright lights that blind everybody. And I think that lies, is that rating, or that wattage or output, is kind of where the problem lies with that. Is that you got guys that are getting those 10K and 12K lights and they're putting them in, and it's like they have their high beams on all the time, even though they have their low beams. Because I've had some guys that they've been really bright, and I actually thought they've had their high beams, and I flashed my lights at them, then they turn on their high beams, and it like runs you off the road basically. So if you're going to do this, I would recommend the 6K is all you need. Like I said, this was the lowest I believe you could get, because I don't want to be blinding people and all that. And like I said, I ran 3 nights on this last trip, and I really like the light. It's a different light than the halogen is. It kind of rolls off of everything and illuminates everything better. I didn't have anybody that flashed their high beams at me or anything like that. So I don't think they were obnoxiously bright or anything like that. I parked next to, the one day I backed in next to one of the new Cascadias, the ones with the slut back mirrors and all that stuff, which I'm not a big fan of, but they got the newer LED lighting. And mine, when I was backed in, he had his headlights on, I guess just sleeping with his low beams on. And I didn't really notice anything any brighter than what that factory newer Cascadia was. And the next day I was next to a Volvo, or had a Volvo back into me, or not back into me, back in next to me, and I kind of compared it with his, and about the same scenario, that these 6Ks are not any brighter than what the factory LED lighting, which most trucks are coming out with now. So it's like I said, I like the light, the way that it kind of flows off of everything, and it's a wider light, so it kind of gives you a little bit more of a daytime driving experience, I guess you could say. So I'm really satisfied with it. And as I said in the first video, if I liked the low beams, I was going to go with the high beams, and my truck has, so I went ahead and ordered those off Amazon as well, and I got those here like the next day. My truck has 9005s. So on these, I got the 6K, bright white as well. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you how to put these in on a T660 Kenworth. I think a T680 is about the same type of setup, and probably a lot of other truck manufacturers are the same as well. So I think I paid these were a little bit more. I think these were almost $40 for these 9005s. So they come with a little manual, and kind of the same setup. Well, they give you a little set of gloves. Maybe I should wear those. So kind of the same deal as what the H11s are. Got that little box there, and the little coin pins and all that. So I'll go ahead and open up the hood here, and we'll take the caps off the back of the headlight lenses, and we'll stick these guys in and see what they look like. And actually, I'm gonna turn on my current high beams, so wipe some of the salt residue off of here. And it is kind of bright out here today, but we'll give you guys a little before and after. So I'll go ahead and I'll turn the lights on with the halogens right now, and then we'll do it again with the new LEDs. So the inside one, these are the high beams right here. So those are my low beam LEDs. So as you can see, they're not really, the low beam LEDs, they're not, you know, that obnoxious. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, even kind of looking right at it, they're not any worse than what these halogen, the high beam side is. So, and that's another way you can always tell when a car, four-wheeler, another truck, if they have their high beams on, you can always look, because you're gonna have, if it's the low beams, you're just gonna have one light. If somebody's got their high beams on, you can see there'll be two sets of lights. So you'll have 4 lights on inside that lens. So when you turn your, we'll go back to the low beams. And there, as you can see, you just have one set of lights on. So that's some way you can always tell, because because if I see somebody that's just blatantly driving down the road with their high beams, I do flick my lights at them, because that's, in my book, that's like the biggest FU there is. And some people, you'll flick your lights at them and they'll just keep on driving like it don't even faze them. So that's kind of the difference there. So like I said, the low beams, I don't think they're too, it's just a better quality light, I think, that white light. But anyways, I'll shut up and we'll change these high beams out real quick. What's he doing? So the first time we did the low beams, those are in the big cap here. The high beams and the smaller one in the center of the truck. All we gotta do is twist that. I'll unplug it first. Yep. So that's the old halogen light bulb. So I'm gonna go ahead and take both of these out, because they gave me a set of little special gloves in here, so I'm assuming they probably want you to wear those so you don't get any type of skin oil or anything on that lens. Because the halogens are the same way. When you're installing a halogen bulb like these, you're not supposed to touch the glass, because it can actually cause problems. It can actually crack or explode. So there's that one. All right, we'll grab the new ones. All right, and that only goes in there one way. I know these, the H11s, they had a tab on both sides to where you could theoretically swap them around if it would make a difference. My only concern is about that little box deal there kind of vibrating around in there, so there's really no place to secure it. But we'll see how they hold up. All right, now for number 2. Alright, now we'll shut the hood down here and see what they look like. Hopefully they work. All right, so it's not too, I don't think it's too much more extreme than what the halogens are. I don't know, what do you think? About the same? So, it's a different color, but I don't think it's any more intense than what the halogens were. So we'll give those a try. Headed out to next week, going out to Reno, then up to Portland, Oregon, and then I already got 3 loads booked all the way down to Louisiana. So imagine we'll probably see some weather out that way. So we'll kind of see how they perform. So I noticed in the snow and stuff, I was through that ice storm and all that down in West Virginia and Kentucky and all that last week. And like I said, in the severe weather, like in the snow and stuff, that brighter white gives you a lot better, a little bit better performance as far as being able to navigate through it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Like I said, I really liked the first set, so I went ahead and got the second ones, and just had a few comments to put in there and wanted to show you guys how to put those in. So that's pretty much it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for updates. Like the video if you like it. It's up to you. Then always watch out for, we're always doing stuff, Landstar stuff, owner-operator stuff, truck maintenance stuff, you know, different little projects with the truck. We're always doing farm equipment stuff, a little bit more farming stuff when the weather gets better and all that. So stay tuned for all that stuff. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.